The Lavender Town Devotion.
So, I was addicted to those stories about Lavender Town. What made many Japanese kids commit suicide by hearing the town's theme. And that story about Buried Alive and the White Hand. I just love those stories so much. I had the original Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green. I tried so much to fight with Buried Alive. I tried everything, Game Sharks, endgame Easter eggs, and other stuff like that. But, unfortunately, it's the Game Boy Color, so there aren't much options since the technology wasn't that great back then. I tried ROMs and stuff, but the feeling wasn't that great, or at least not as great as it could have been on my Game Boy Color. I had searched so many hacked games on eBay, and even bought some, and yes, some of them did work and some of them didn't. The ones that did work, they just didn't give the same feeling that I wanted to feel, and I was disappointed. I also tried to search the game Creepy Black, which is a game where you fight as a ghost and kill other trainers and their Pokemon. I had no luck on that. Every day I would grow more attached to my games, and basically by then I worshipped them. I would watch billions of videos on YouTube and listen and read all the CreepyPastas. There were some that were so popular, like Cubon's Dead Mother or Gary's Eradicate, but those really weren't of much interest to me. They were good, but they just weren't as creepy as the other ones. Each day I would get headaches that would last for hours just thinking about ways that I could finally please my soul. My parents made me see a psychiatrist, which of course I did not need. I told them it was just a hobby that I had, though I did notice that this did affect my life. I didn't have many friends in school. I would stick around with the geeky kids in my grade that loved Pokemon too. I would always talk about this and they would get excited too. But that changed drastically. Later on in the school year, when I spoke of this topic, they would just tell me to drop it or just say that I was annoying them. How could I stop it though? It was part of me now. When I would find new information about it, they just said they didn't care, or they just plain and ignored me. This was really annoying and getting on my nerves. And later on, guess what they all ended up doing? Yes, surprise! They blew me off. They said that they didn't want anything to do with me anymore. They just left like that. Now I don't even want to look at them anymore. Also, my grades have been dropping to an F. My mind just wandered off on its own. Every single freaking day. Just think about, well, you guessed it, Lavender Town. My teacher would yell at me and would give me detention and other stupid shits like that. And soon enough, yes, my parents got involved in this too. Can you guys guess what they did as punishment? They took my games and my computer. Can you believe that? Now I have no way of getting information. And I'm pissed. Those people who said were my parents had taken away my only happiness. I was pissed. Those pricks. And all I could do is lay in my bed and think. I would think the same as in school, the same things over and over. I knew that the only way to get my stuff back was to raise my grades, but this was just near impossible. I just couldn't, no matter how hard I tried. My mind just didn't let me. It was like the game had cursed me. But I thought it was just a hobby. No! It was not just a hobby! It was a devotion. Can you just hear me? It's like something has possessed me. And I hate the feeling. But at the same time, I love it. Anyways, my parents would just constantly yell at me and ground me. I told them that I did everything I could, but all they would just say is that I was making this up, and they would just send me to my room. I started to notice that my room would turn so cold at night, and it was summer. Then it wasn't just my room. Everywhere I'd go, it would be freezing. Everything just suddenly came as a punch all of a sudden. A couple days ago, I did something that I will never know what to think of it, as it did bring me peace, but a peace that I no longer want. It was lunchtime at school, and as usual, we got our food. Later on in the hour, I heard one of my old friends talking crap about me. Now, I really don't care when people say bad stuff about me, but this time I just literally wasn't in the mood. So I grabbed my fork, walked to his table. Then I smashed the fork on his neck about 3 times. The next thing I knew, I was in the office. I had been handcuffed. I saw my parents. My mom was crying. That's when I realized where my devotion had taken me to. That day I slept in a bedroom all by myself. Then the room turned so cold, it was unbearable. I just couldn't stand it. It was the coldest I've ever been in my life. Then I saw a dim light next to me. It was my Game Boy. How did it get there? Then the Lavender Town song started playing. It was beautiful. Then I just started to get a major headache, and I screamed and screamed so loud. The security arrived, but they just knocked. They couldn't get in. I was stuck. Then my whole body went numb. I lost every sense of reality. I was stuck in my Game Boy? But how? How was that possible? Or maybe my mind has trapped me in my own devotion. I'm still trying to get out. You have no idea how much I regret everything. Now I live in the town that I once idled. And that horrible, horrible music. That sweet, sweet melody.